Welcome into the world of HTML. 3. Boot up your computer.
Windows sign in dialog.
2. Grab some comfort food. 1. And let's go. Hey guys, what's up? It's your girl Quinn here, and I'm back at you with another episode in the HTML series. Yes, I said I would try to do more than one uploads this week, so here I am fulfilling that promise to make up for all the lost time. Now in today's video, we will be doing padding in CSS. But before we get into it, please be sure to like the video if you love the content, subscribe if you're new, and to turn on that notification bell to be alerted whenever I post the next video. Also note that the instrumentals for this video have been provided by Inner Sanctum Entertainment Ltd. But without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright. So in today's video, I'm introducing you guys to padding in CSS. If you watched the box model video, I described to you the whole model of CSS elements, that you should imagine that they have a box around them, right? So imagine the box around the element on the screen. So it would have a top side, a right side, a bottom side, and a left side. Now, remember that the content of the element would be within that box, and the padding now is the space between the content and the actual border or the sides of that box. In CSS, padding is used to create space around an element's content inside of any defined borders. So while a margin, which we did last video, is a space on the outside of an element's border, the padding is the space in between the border and the content of the element. So let's say, for example, a button. If we have a blue button with white text, it would be like a little blue square, if it wasn't a rounded button. Rectangle, I should say, a blue rectangle, and it would have the white text on it. The padding would be the space in between where the edge of that rectangle is and the white text itself. So there are properties for setting the padding of each side of an element. These are padding-top, padding-right, padding-bottom, and padding-left. All the padding properties can have the following values. Length. This specifies the paddings in length units, such as pixels, points, centimeters, etc. And for more on length units, you can check out my CSS units video. Percent. This specifies a padding in a percentage of the width of the containing element. Inherit. This specifies that the padding should be inherited from the parent element. Note that unlike CSS margins, negative values are not allowed with padding. Here is an example for setting the padding for all sides of a paragraph element.
P left brace, 2 space padding dash top colon, 5 px semi. Padding dash right colon, 10 px semi, padding dash bottom colon, 15 px semi, padding dash left colon, 20 px semi, no indent right brace.
And let's read one of them by character so you can get the spelling.
P A D D I N G dash L E F T colon space 2 0 px semi.
Now let's move on to the shorthand property. It is possible to specify all the padding properties in one property. The padding property shortens the code and can have from 1 to 4 values. The padding property is a shorthand property for the following padding properties in this order: padding-top, padding-right, padding-bottom, and padding-left. Now here is an example if the padding property has 4 values.
Padding colon 5 px 10 px 15 px 20 px semi.
And let's read that by character.
P A D D I N G colon space 5 px space 1 0 px space 1 5 px space 2 0 px semi.
In this example, the top padding is 5 pixels. The right padding is 10 pixels. The bottom padding is 15 pixels. And the left padding is 20 pixels. Now, if the padding property has 3 values, for example,
padding colon 5px 10px 15px semi.
In this example, the top padding is 5 pixels, the right and left padding are 10 pixels, and the bottom padding is 15 pixels. And what if it has two values? Well, here is an example.
Padding: 5px 10px semi.
In this example, the top and bottom paddings are 5 pixels, and the right and left paddings are 10 pixels. And if the padding property has one value, for example,
padding: 5px semi.
In this example, all 4 paddings are 5 pixels. Now let's move on to padding and width. There is something to note when using padding with an element that has a specified width. Remember that each element has a border around it, which is like a box, and the padding is a space between the element's content and the border. Where the content is called the content area. Now the CSS width property specifies the width of the content area of an element. So if an element has a specified width, if padding is added to that element, it would be added to the total width of that element. For example, if we set the width of a paragraph element
to 100 pixels,
and then we add a padding of 10 pixels on all sides of it.
p left brace, 2 space width: 100px semi. Padding: 10px semi. No indent right brace.
In this example, the actual width of the paragraph element would be 120 pixels. That is 100 for the width that we set initially, then 10 pixels for the left margin and 10 pixels for the right margin were added to it. This will make the element wider than how we want it. In order to fix this and keep the width to what we set it as, we can use the box dash sizing property. And I think I explained the use of this property in our box model video as well. When we use this property, if we increase the padding, the space of the content area will decrease. And this will leave the total width of the element as we set it. So let's use the same example with the box dash sizing property.
p left brace, 2 space width: 100px semi. Padding: 10px semi. Box dash sizing: border dash box semi. No indent right brace.
And let's read that line by character.
B O X dash S I Z I N G space B O R D E R dash B O X semi.
For more information on how this property works, you can always check out my CSS box model video. Now the width of the paragraph element will stay at 100. And that is it for this video, guys. Yes, it was a short one, but that is it for CSS padding. And I wanted to put it in a separate video so it's easier for persons to actually find the content instead of mixing it up all in one video. But that is it, guys, and our second upload for this week. Thanks again, guys, for watching. Remember to show your support, like the video if you love the content, subscribe if you're new, and to turn on that notification bell to be alerted whenever I post the next video. And hopefully you guys could understand why there wasn't any demonstration in this video, because there's no way to actually report with the screen reader how big element padding is. Remember, I love you. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time.